So welcome back everyone, Triple M here. Today's video we're comparing two of the big streaming devices that you guys have been asking about, putting the Google TV Streamer 4K against the brand new ONN 4K Pro 2026 model. This video we're going to do everything, guys. We're going to compare the hardware, the software, as well as some speed tests, benchmark, and see which one is worth your money. So we're going to jump right into it. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash the notification bell. Let's go. Alright, let's quickly start by comparing the two devices. Design is around the same as far as just the overall shape. Both devices are going to be oval shaped. As far as the actual size, the ONN 4K Pro 2 is going to be a little bit bigger. It's also going to be a little bit thicker, as you can see there. But overall, just as far as premium, the ONN 4K just feels a lot more premium in my opinion. It does have the plastics on the bottom, but also has the mesh finish on top. Google, on the other hand, is more of a hard plastic finish. Still looks premium, looks futuristic in my opinion, but again, just overall design, I would pick the ONN over the Google device. As far as just functionality and ports, so on the back of the Google we do have LED. We also have a 5-mile remote button. We have a USB-C for power, gigabit Ethernet, and we do have the HDMI. Now on the ONN 4K Pro 2, we do have a mute button. Remember that the ONN does have a smart speaker, so you can go ahead and mute it or stop it from listening. You also have Ethernet. This is 10100, so difference between 1000 megabits per second and 100 megabits per second. Again, depending on what you're doing, if that makes a big deal to you. If you're streaming regular content, you really won't see the difference between the 1000 megabits per second and 100. It also has the HDMI, USB port, and the USB-C port for power, but also important, on the front of the ONN 4K Pro 2, we also have the Find My Remote button. All you need to do is press this and it will go ahead and start beeping your remote. So overall, like I said, ONN is a little bit bigger, feels a little bit more premium, has more functionality in my opinion as far as ports. Where Google shines here is a gigabit Ethernet, but again, it depends on what you're doing to see if that's actually important to you. As far as the remote controls, both are going to be around the same size, different shape, more rounded on the Google TV device versus the actual ONN 4K Pro. So both remotes are going to be up to preference in my opinion, with Google having less buttons. So you can see navigation up top, do have the back, the home button, Google Assistant button, mute, volume up and down, and you do have dedicated Netflix as well as YouTube as far as your shortcuts. Below you're going to have the power button, and you're also going to have a favorite button. So again, kept it simple, kept it minimal, which I do actually like. As far as the ONN 4K Pro, it's going to have a little bit more buttons, but not overwhelming in my opinion. So up top you have your power, your favorites, you have your profiles, Google Assistant, your settings, navigation, back, home, your TV button. You also have your free TV button, volume up and down, mute, channel up and down, and then you have 4 shortcuts instead of the 2 on the Google device. You do have YouTube, Netflix, Disney Plus, as well as Paramount Plus. Both devices are going to use 2 AAA batteries. Again, both feel really good in your hands. It's going to really come down to preference. But one standout feature that puts this ahead is this does have backlit buttons on it. So again, up to personal preference, I give the ONN 4K Pro a quick nod just because of the backlit buttons. Alright, so with all that said, let's go ahead and boot both of these devices up. I want to take a look and see which one actually boots faster. Then we'll go into some of the application load times, and then we'll get into the full comparison. So here we are, both devices are up. On the left, it's going to be the ONN 4K Pro. On the right is going to be the Google TV Streamer 4K. Now, before we do any app load times or benchmarking testing, let's just do a quick restart. I want to see which one actually boots up faster than the other one. So we're going to go all the way down. We're going to go to our system and we're going to click the button now, and we're going to go ahead and do the restart now. All right, so we're just giving it some time. Like I said, on the left is the ONN 4K Pro. On the right is the Google TV Streamer 4K. Both of them are on the device's logo right now. Look like the ONN's loading the Google TV. And Google's finally loading the Google TV logo as well. All right. And ONN's in the operating system. As you can see, I can navigate, and Google is there as well. Now I can finally navigate. So 3 to 4 seconds faster on the ONN than the Google TV Streamer 4K. As far as just navigation, think both devices are going to be similar. Both are going to be fluid. Again, these are built for streaming, so you're going to get decent performance out of both of them. As you can see there, both of them are really snappy. As far as just loading applications, let's try that with Netflix. All right, so now the logo on the ONN, logo on the Google TV. All right, so you can see that ONN did also load a little bit faster, just getting Netflix up and running. Let's go back home. Let's go to Prime Videos. All right, that one, not much in between them. I think ONN was a fraction of a second faster. Let's go to YouTube. All right, again, just ONN, I think, just edged it by a little bit, but again, not much in between them. So let's quickly talk about the video and audio comparison. This is very important for some folks, especially if you're deep into your home theater. So definitely wanted to cover this. Both devices are going to be 4K resolution. They're going to support HDR10, HDR10 Plus, Dolby Vision, as well as HLG, and they do have AV1 decoding for your streaming. When it comes to audio frame rate matching, Google TV is going to be a little bit better. It's going to have better implementation than on 4K Pro. And same thing for QMS, or quick media switching. Hardware compatibility is going to be disabled on the 4K Pro, and it is supported on Google TV Streamer 4K. When it comes to audio, both devices are going to support Dolby Atmos, Dolby Digital Plus. When it comes to Dolby True HD pass-through, on 4K Pro is going to be limited. It's going to depend on the application. Google TV Streamer 4K is going to have better support. Both are going to support DTS. Both are going to support PCM multi-channel. And as far as audio pass-through, this is kind of hit or miss for the 4K Pro. It does have basic Android TV behavior, but audio pass-through is just more polished on the Google TV Streamer 4K. So just to summarize this, the Google TV Streamer 4K is going to be able to handle audio pass-through more reliable. The 4K box is more budget Android TV behavior, where your results may vary. So for streaming services like Netflix, Disney Plus, YouTube, and HBO Max, both are going to perform similarly. However, the biggest differences will show up when you're streaming some of those more robust applications like your Plex, your Kodi, your NAS playbacks, as well as your advanced theater setup. So as far as the specifications of what's actually under the hood, if we go down, we can see that the installed RAM on the 4K Pro is 3 gigs. The installed RAM on the Google TV Streamer 4K is 4 gigs. A little bit more RAM on the Google TV. Go to the CPU. As far as just the overall clock speed, you can see that the CPU on the ONN is a lot faster. All right, so you can see on the 4K Pro, the CPU is a 4X ARM Cortex A55, and the clock speed is 2.5 gigahertz or 2508 megahertz. On the Google TV Streamer 4K, it is a 4X ARM Cortex A55, but the clock speed is at 2 gigahertz or 2000 megahertz, so a little bit better processor on the ONN than the Google TV. As far as just the network speed test, let's make sure that we're on the same network first of all. So let's just quickly do a Wi-Fi speed test. All right, so just on Wi-Fi, these devices are roughly in the same location. You can see the ONN is getting better overall download speeds at 212 megabits per second over the Google TV, which is getting 145 megabits. Let's head over to Ethernet. It's only fair to test them on the wired network as well. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so now we can see that both devices are on Ethernet. So let's go back. And we're just gonna go down back to our speed test. All right, so as expected, the ONN 4K Pro is going to be a little bit lower. You can see it is getting about 82 megabits per second. That's expected. Remember, this is 10100 network port, but on the Google TV Streamer 4K, you can see we're getting over 400 megabits per second. That's due to the gigabit port. So again, 82 megabits per second or under 100 is plenty of speed to stream 4K, stream whatever you need to do. But some people that uses these boxes differently might appreciate the bump in speeds from using the Ethernet port. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. How important is gigabit Ethernet to you on a streaming box of this sort? So next we're going to do a benchmark. So let's go ahead and we'll just go ahead and start both of them at the same time. So you can see on the benchmark, this is not even close, guys. This is a 1600 versus 635. So almost 3 times faster as far as just a test on the benchmark. So break this down a little bit. The graphics score on the On 4K Pro is a 1607. The graphics score on the Google TV is a 567. Now down to the physics score, which actually measures the CPU performance. You can see on the On 4K Pro scored a 1578. On the Google TV, it scored 1100. So again, the On is just a little bit faster in basically every category as far as just original boot time, app loading time, just moving around. Can't really see much of a difference, but I think that all comes into play, just the On being a faster device. So as far as just the overall pricing options, both of them are going to have two color options. So we're going to have black as well as the gray on the On 4K Pro, and you can see that both of them are not available. This can be found only on Walmart, so definitely have to wait and just be lucky just finding what you're looking for. As far as the Google TV, we are going to have 2 color options as well. We have a white or porcelain, and we do have a hazel as well, and I have one of each. Both are going to be available. The price itself, $100 for the Google TV and $59.99 for the On 4K Pro. Comparing both of them, the On's gonna have USB port, which the Google TV does not. It also has a built-in speaker, which is important to a lot of folks. As far as the remote, it has backlit remote where the Google TV does not. And overall performance, On's a little bit faster, more premium in my opinion, and overall it's just a better buy, especially when you're talking about a $40 difference. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. If you had an opportunity to buy either one of these devices, which one would it be? With the standout feature on the Google TV just being that gigabit Ethernet port, but the On also winning in every other category. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Of course, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash the notification bell. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.